Well, Happy New Year, y'all. Hope you're having a great day. I'm going to show you a little bit of our New Year's cooking today. I told you I would. This is a little spin on it, but like I said, we do it for tradition more than anything. So in here, I've got sausages, just regular smoked sausages, and I'm going to put all the goodies in this one pot wonder. Sometimes we had even thought about doing pork chops and mashed potatoes, but Mom and I ate breakfast this morning. We got into a couple of projects. It's just been a lazy day. Nothing big, nothing major. Just enjoying the day. And sometimes that's the best thing to do. So over here, my ingredients. So I'm just going to put a few onions. I'm not really dicing these. I'm more just big chunking them. And so this is just a little bit of yellow onion. Y'all know, Mama don't do a lot of onion, especially late at night. I don't think that's like the feel of that one. But I'm going to put a couple of slices just to get that oniony flavor in there. But I want them big enough that if we need to, we can just pick them out and not have to really eat them. Okay? If you got somebody in your family who likes the flavor, but the onions just don't agree with them, we find that works for us sometimes. I'll just do them big chunks. And then if Mama runs into one, she just takes her fork and slides it aside. And she don't eat it. We wash these good. I'm really taking advantage of these wonderful green onions that I happen to come across at our local store here. And they have just been like fresh spring onions. In fact, a lot of people around here call these spring onions. But they've been beautiful. The blades have been beautiful. So I've been cooking a lot with them. And enjoying them because we don't see them in this part of the woods this late in the year. Or early in the year. First day of the year. So how's the 25 working out for y'all? I hope it's working out well. I hope we have a wonderful year. I hope you all do too. We'll just take everything one day at a time and hope for the very best. Now, I just browned that a little bit for y'all. And I'm going to put a little bit of cabbage in here. But I'm going to put a lot more cabbage in a second. I'll show you what I'm going to use some coleslaw mix. But I'm going to use a little bit of fresh cabbage, which that's fresh too. I'm going to cut some off the head here and drop in here just so it'll be good and cabbagey. Does that make better sense? Am I making sense now? I know the coleslaw mix is cabbage and it is fresh, but to me, when I looked at it, I'll show it to y'all, it doesn't look like it had a ton of cabbage in it. And I will add it in just a second. Just going to peel this apart a little bit. This will wilt down. What I put in there will look like a whole lot, but when it really comes down to it, it won't be. This was just a little fourth of a head that was in there, and I'm just going to make good use of it here. It's already been washed and all that good stuff. So in it goes. In. Now, this other, I haven't got any like this exactly. It's a good cabbage blend, but can y'all see it? It's got a lot of purple. There's a little bit of cabbage in there and a few carrots, and I like using these tricolor, but most of it's carrots and purple cabbage, it looks to me like, with a little bit of regular cabbage. I got one like this once before. It's beautiful, and really for what I'm using it for, it's a good blend, I guess, because I'm using it instead of having to fill with cabbage. Look at all that. Mostly a lot of purple cabbage. Now, I'm going to smother this down just like this, because what that'll do, that'll trap in a lot of steam Okay? Now, if you're thinking he didn't do black-eyed peas, I'm putting black-eyed peas right in here with this deliciousness. And I'm using the juice out of the can. Plus, I'm going to use some more juice. Water. I'm going to rinse this can out. Fill it back up. And I'm going to put a whole can of water in here. Now, I've made this before. I've not done it with black-eyed peas. I've done it with black beans. Done it with kidney beans. Pork, not pork and beans. These kind of resemble pork and beans. I've done it with pinto beans, but never black-eyed peas. But it's New Year's. So we're going to get our black-eyed peas in. We're getting our pork in. We're getting our cabbage in. And I'm even going to stir up a little cornbread. So this is going to cook plenty. I'm going to turn it up just a little. We won't be far away so I can hear it, okay? Now, so y'all sit right there. I'm going to run over here and get the oven on. I'm going to get my cornbread skillet ready for cornbread. Y'all will have to look at the walls for a minute. Mama is getting ready. We'll go ahead and turn this. Here's my cornbread skillet. I'm going to go over and put a little oil in it. Just going to use a little vegetable oil today. You can use lard or grease or whatever you want to use. Gotta get my bowl here. Come on now. Cooperate, bowls. I'm gonna go ahead, can y'all see anything? I'm over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get my cornmeal and a little bit of flour. Not a lot. I'm gonna try to make this as thinner pone because Mama likes thin pone. So I want her to have the one she wants. So if you make less, like a scoop of cornmeal and about a tablespoon of flour in here, we'll have a thinner amount of cornbread. A lot of people don't preheat that skillet, but I do. My mama does, and I do. And to me, that's the best way to do it. Okay, so let's get us a silicone lid. When I first bought these, I really thought, that's probably a waste of money because I probably won't use those. I use them a lot. I'm going to throw it on top of this. Don't have to worry about the size. It'll size itself. Let me get my coffee. Y'all's coffee. Hold on. So what did you all eat, or what are you going to eat? Some of y'all probably had a lunch. Some of y'all are probably eating right now. And some of y'all probably went out and said, forget that mess. It's the first of the year and I ain't fooling with that. Did I hit it right? Is that about what y'all did? We've got 2 buttermilks. Going to finish up one and start another. Let's go down here to the bowl. Go down here to this bowl. That's some good buttermilk right there. I'll just grab a spoon here because it's quick and easy. Now, a lot of times I'll put an egg in it. That's going to make it fluffier. Give you more of the middling. Mama's not wanting very much. I mean, she's not wanting it thick. So I'm going to make as thin of a loaf as I can. Thin of a pound as I can. And this needs to thin out a little bit too. And you can add water to make it even thinner. So this is just a cup of cornmeal mix. It's 3 Rivers. And about 2 tablespoons of White Lily self-rising flour. Now that'll do it for the rise for the cornbread. That'll be enough. The White Lily will be. Y'all took your Christmas down today. Ours is still up, but it's short-lived. It's short-lived. All right, let me raise y'all up. Is that better? Can y'all see? Look at all, this is real life, folks. That's our tea pitcher. We gotta make some more tea. Down here is where I'm headed. Let me give this a stir. Oh, y'all ain't gonna believe how much this has changed. Okay. I don't think I've probably had this in there long enough to be hot as I want it. It's not dancing. Let's go over here and put it on the stove for just a second. That'll get your grease hot if you've waited around and didn't do it. Okay? We'll just put that on there for just a second where it's been in the oven already. It'll pop right up and be good and hot. So what have y'all been up to? I made sauerkraut and Polish sauce. Oh, that sounds good. I love my tree. We love ours too. We have so many trees up. The one the dining room is on. I didn't even turn these in here in the kitchen on. Didn't think about it earlier and didn't do it. You know, before Christmas I had them on every morning. We'll take down a few of the trees and we'll leave a few up. And then by the end of January they'll all be down. Usually mine in the sunroom is the last to go. You would think Mama would keep hers up longer, but Mama wants them up, and then she wants them down. She don't want to play around with them. So she probably will take the one in the living room down pretty quick because it's out of order now. You know, Christmas is Christmas, but now it's after Christmas. So she wants everything back to where it should be. But one day it'll just hit me. I'm tired of this Christmas stuff. Let's put it up. And that's the way we usually go. Now my pan is smoking now. I think that means it's ready. Let me bring it over here. Oh, it's dancing. That grease is dancing, bubbling, and smoking. Now that's hot. Can you see it? Y'all can't see it dancing, but it'll just sort of ripple in there and you can tell. Look right over here and you can hear it. So here's my, come on, stand up, tripod. So here goes my cornbread, and I'll do it upside down and backwards for you. It's just a rippling. You hear it? Well, I can tell y'all, I failed at a thin pump. Now, if I'd got the 12-inch cornbread skillet out, I might have. But this will bake up pretty good, even as it is. This will bake up. It's going to be a full pan. See, it's already cooking around the edges. See how it does? That's how you know it's going to be good, crispy cornbread. I ain't going to lie. Looking forward to a piece of cornbread. We used to have it all the time. Now we don't. I'm going to turn this down. Going to get it at about 27 minutes. That ought to make it just about right. But I don't miss cornbread near as much as I used to. Let's come back over here and check this out. Like I said, y'all probably gonna be surprised when you see this. See that cabbage? Oh, it's so easy. Look at that. Now, if you'll notice, I have not put any seasoning, and I didn't season anything before y'all got here because there wasn't nothing in there but the meat. But I haven't put any salt, pepper, or anything else actually. I'm just kind of letting it season itself, see what we have, and maybe just enjoy the flavors that we have instead of trying to put a bunch of extra flavors in there. Sometimes when you're using that coleslaw mix, a big chunk will get in there or something. Core or other. And if you don't catch it immediately, you can always pick it out as you're stirring. Now you could add a lot of extra stuff to this. Traditionally, hog jowl is what people have. I thought I had some, but I didn't find it today in the freezer. And I thought about doing pork chops, and I thought, you know, I really would just like to have some smoked sausage, cabbage, and some black-eyed peas in it. It will be delicious. I ran it by Mama, and she said, that sounds absolutely delicious. So when she gave the blessing on it, that's what we ended up with. Like I said, we don't do it because we believe if we don't eat it, we won't have luck, or we won't have this. We do it because it's a tradition. Southern tradition. Don't ask me who come up with them, because I don't know. Somebody did. And my granny would fix this kind of stuff. Now, there was a long time Mama didn't fool with it, as far as like every New Year's we could count on this meal. But it is a tradition, and you'll find a lot of families around here, that's just what they're having today. It'll be the same. I could go ahead and put that onion in there, because there's not enough to save, and it ain't going to make a difference. Sometimes if it's too little, it's like, why save that little pinch? But I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in there, because it's going to cook a few more minutes. And that'll be fine. It's got to cook itself a little bit more. This little piece of granite here is just a something that Mama got as a gift one year from the guy here that locally that has the granite place, and he made some of these granite cutting boards, and he gave them out to different people. But that's where that, if you're wondering about what am I cutting on over here. Clean as you go, because I don't want to come back to a mess. That was, I remember, it was cornbread. And I laid the wooden spatula right on it. So let's just stir this onion in there. Now, one thing I know is we're going to put some black pepper. We love black pepper in it. But I haven't put any salt. I haven't even put any of the no salt flavorings in it. That's it. Black beans and cabbage and smoked sausage, basically. A little bit of carrots from that coleslaw mix. And now it's just got to steam down. And what I'm going to do is just let it reduce down, let that liquid, more of that liquid come out of it. And we'll go from there. Now, what can you put in this? Anything you want to. But you could add some beef stock or beef bouillon. Those things are pretty salty though. You could add chicken bouillon. That would give it a different flavor, but it is a good option. And you could just add plain old salt if you wanted to. Ooh, that pepper. I got a hold of it in my nose just then. I think it's going to make me sneeze. Remember, John, this is hot. Yep, here comes the sneeze. Nope. It left me. You ever have that? You want to sneeze and you can't? I'm going to add just a touch of ground pepper, red pepper. Now this ain't going to be enough to burn anybody up. It's just going to be enough to give it a little flavor. I know that's an awful big container of red pepper, but we use a lot of red pepper. Mama uses it a lot in her honey mustard dressing. I put a little bit in ranch sometimes if I want to change it up. And I like it in stuff like this. Not enough to burn anybody up, just enough to give it a flavor. Just enough to give it some flavor. Let's go right over here. What section's on your location? I've got one thing of buttermilk to put up. One thing I used, one thing I can put up. And I'll get my coffee. And we'll have a chat. Ooh, I got cayenne. Now watch me get that in my eye. I forgot about putting it in my hand. Boy, that stove makes me hot. If you put seasoning in your hand, be sure you wipe it off. Especially if it's red hot cayenne. Come down here, I can reach it. And we're going to let that over there reduce. Mama will be in here. And we will have that for our New Year's meal. So, did y'all tell me I asked questions that I couldn't get to the comments? Back when I grew up, it was corned beef and cabbage, black-eyed peas, and cornbread. Now, we've had that before. Maybe that's where we started having that. Happy New Year. Is it Gay Green Atkins? Hey, Maggie. Cabbage looks good. It does, don't it, Brenda? A lot of times you have trouble getting... I don't know where y'all... I don't know what I've done to y'all. My tripod's old. Cabbage looks good. Dinner looks good. I think it will be. Happy New Year, Nan. Hello, watching from Lumbert, North Carolina. Lumberton. Sorry. Hello, John and Mama. Hey, Tina. We just ham and cabbage. Now, I've got ham out there. I guess the puppies will get some of that we cooked. Wash it off. Oh, my hand. It's gone. I just had a crumb or two left that I knew. Peas and green cornbread, ham and potatoes. Now, I would like to have some stewed potatoes and ham. Now, we've got a ham bone that I've got saved that we're going to have probably some ham and potatoes. And I like to do white beans or pork pintos, but white beans are good. Can't hear you, Dorothy. Can you hear me? Some of y'all have a different phone, and I have AT&T, and I've noticed a lot of people, you'll see people say, I can hear you fine, other people can't. Sometimes it's the phones. It's just strange. Hi, John and Mama. Happy New Year. We just saw Wicked at the movie theater, and it was very good. Well, Sharon, I've heard it's good. It's the memories on the plate for me. That's right, Deborah. It's the memories. Remembering back when Granny used to fix this. So we were going to talk about traditions, New Year's traditions, and New Year's tales, and New Year's things you do. My granny used to talk about, and I've not heard this in years, but She said her neighbor, and the house was here, her house was here, would come over here first thing New Year's Day and ask Granny to have my papa come to her house to visit, so her first visitor would be a man, and that's supposed to bring good luck. And Granny said every year she messed me up because she was my first visitor because she come first thing in the morning. I've heard people talk about having their husbands go out on the porch and come back in because it's the first man to come through the door. A first person to come through the door. If it's a man, it was good luck. Now, that's not me, so don't write and say, John, that's a bad... I'm not... It don't matter to me at times. We've not had anybody here today, but it wouldn't matter to me who it was. One other thing is, at midnight, I've heard, we don't do this, but you open a window or you open the door to let the old year out and the new year in. No significance, I'm sure. But it happened. That was one of the things. So what have you all heard? Or what's some of those traditional things? Kind of like the cabbage or the mixed greens brings dollars. I heard this one a year or two back. Carrots diced, just coined carrots, that's supposed to bring you coins. Black-eyed peas are for good luck. I don't know what all. But what's some old traditions that you know of or your family shares? I made a chicken pot pie. I love black-eyed peas. I don't have any right now. Well, we didn't either, Linda. Well, yeah, we did. We had a can in there, but I went and bought 2 cans yesterday, just so we have them, because I like them occasionally. There's a black-eyed pea soup that I like. It's got different beans in it, but it's good. Chicken pot pie's good anytime. Happy New Year, Laura. Happy New Year, Pennsylvania. Happy New Year. I just wonder if some of these old traditions will eventually work their way out. Happy New Year to you too, Robin. Hey, Justin. Happy New Year. Everybody's Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you too. Had hamburger and cabbage soup tonight. Ooh, I love hamburger and cabbage soup. It's kind of like Shoney's version. That's one of our favorites. Happy New Year from Kingsport. Well, Kingsport's just down the road. Hopefully, turnip salad. Hoppin' John turnip salad. Now, I've heard of Hoppin' John. Happy New Year, Teresa. Happy New Year to you and Molly and Kendra. I have... You can hear me fine, okay. Mama, I ordered some salt and pepper shakers off your link. Thank you, love you. Thank you, Lynn, for order. Mama's still doing Tupperware. We don't come on with stuff as much because Facebook will kind of flag it and those videos don't go out. But as we're using it, a lot of times I'll bring it up. But Mama's still doing it. Still appreciate everything y'all order. And this is the salt and pepper shake she's talking about. Mama gave these out. Part of it was part of the Christmas gift to everybody this year, was one of these Aeroglass salt and pepper shakers. Now, these Aeroglass salt and pepper shakers were out in the 70s. And this is the same mold they used. They told us that in a meeting one day. Mama's old set over there that we use on the kitchen table, it's got an S and a P on it. Mama says, after we learned, they didn't have to put it on there no more. But it's the same exact mold they're using. That's Edison did it. Why are you whispering?
I'm getting wondering.
Mama's whispering like she don't know she's here. Oh, have a blessed New Year. We hope to. Every day is a blessing. Every day you wake up, it's a wonderful opportunity to start anew. So we woke up this morning to a new year, but we wake up in the morning to a new one too, and the next day, and the next day. Every day that you wake up is the beginning of the rest of your life, and that's a wonderful thought.
Be able to wake up this morning.
Mama, I failed with the cornbread. I meant to make you something about that thick. I didn't put any egg in. I put 1 scoop of cornmeal, 2 tablespoons of self-rising flour, but it filled up. I don't know how to use a half a What when you made it thin? What do you do?
I just use less meal.
And like a half a cup?
Yeah, or more.
I've never made cornbread with a half a cup of meat. I'm gonna have to have her make her a thin pound and me watch her. When the cornbread gets done,
We can eat.
we can eat. We were just talking about old traditions. Here's another old tradition. My granny would wash clothes on New Year's Eve, wash everything in the house, because she said you didn't want to carry anything dirty over to the new year. And you don't want to wash clothes on the new year, today. Because if you wash them today, that's what you'll be doing all year.
Well, we
Some of the
wash
old-
clothes all year anyway.
Some of the old sayings, just like Mama's saying, it's stuff that's going to happen whether you do it or not. Like you're going to be washing clothes all year. I hate to tell you, if you didn't wash any today, you're going to have more to wash tomorrow. We wash a load a day, either towels or whites or colored clothes or something every day. Every once in a while we'll skip a day.
Mm-hmm.
But there's sheets to be washed and bath towels to be washed and all kinds of goodies in there.
Yeah,
Well, you look pretty tonight.
I think I got on my blue.
You got a snowman. We supposed to get some snow. They're saying like,
It says, let it snow.
well, Sunday you better not wear that shirt
Audrey and I wore it today. so-
because Sunday and Monday we supposed to get hit pretty good for around here.
Well, I think they're giving us rain more.
Now be careful with that ice. You know how you'll get to eating it and talking with it. And somebody's going to type in a minute. Let her eat her eyes. Mama, they really don't want me saying much to you. You know?
Them's my friends.
I know. I know. They are trying to interpret your talking though when you're talking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Understand her.
Looks like you're learning before, ain't you?
I've got a English to ice translation coming in the mail.
Oh, you have. Well, that might work.
I got up this morning and I felt like the whole year had landed on my head in the middle of the night.
Did you party too hard?
Yes, I partied till 9 to 8:30. When we closed down here last night, we cleaned up and went to bed. I reckon, did you go to bed? I left her up. I don't, she's wild. She's like one of them teenagers. She rallies around here to sometimes way up to 10:30 or 11.
Or 12 or 1.
Or 12 or 1. That's really the truth.
I seen the ball drop in New York City. I had 2 New Years.
I seen it too this morning.
Oh, I seen it last night. I gotta have another bite of ice, even though you're gonna say something.
Just don't try to tell me something that's important.
I wouldn't dare.
You go butterfly. She's just flying around.
Is this a one dishwasher?
I reckon it is. What would you say?
There's a lot of it.
Well, yeah. But I might make it into soup tomorrow. I didn't put any tomatoes in it tonight, but I may put tomato sauce in it tomorrow or tomato juice. She working it.
Cabbage soup.
Now that burner's been on there to the right. I had to put your cornbread skillet on it.
Is that
Mama, I
cornbread?
ordered some. Oh, Lynn, thank you for the order. I have froze y'all up. The cornbread ain't been in there quite long enough.
It ain't. It's getting brown on top of it.
Yeah, but it ain't. Hello, Frosty, Michigan. What's it like up there, Shirley? You all got what we gonna get, I reckon. Happy New Year from Vermont. Lisa, there's not a lot of places in this old world that I want to travel anymore. I don't even like going to Williamsburg, Kentucky. And it's 12 miles from here. 11, really. But,
Is that alright for cornbread?
yes ma'am. But, Vermont is one. Maine is one. I would love to go up the East Coast in the fall. I had a friend, her and her best friend, took a, I sort of said bed and bath, but that ain't right. What's the place it's called?
Bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast. Bed and breakfast tour. Bed and bath and beyond. That's what I was thinking. Bed and breakfast tour, and they lined it up the coast, and they stayed at a bed and breakfast all the way to Maine. Different ones every night. They had it lined up. They went up there, had their lobster. They saw the beautiful. They brought me back a little souvenir. It's a little sign on wood, and I just love it. I just keep it in my kitchen all the time because it was about tomatoes. She knows I love tomatoes, my friend. And they had bed and breakfast all the way back down, different ones. So they loved that. And she said they stayed at good ones and great ones, and but there's all nice. And they just loved that. And I thought, that is something I would like to do, except I don't want to stay in bed and breakfast, I don't think. I like the idea, I really do. And you see them on Hallmark, and they're all so pretty. But these were the types of places where you went into people's homes, and you had a room. Now, that may be alright for some of y'all, but I'm the type, I want my own room, and I want a hotel, somewhere I can. It's just hard for me to get that.
Spoon or fork?
Spoon. It's just hard for me to want to get that. But now I'm not putting it off. I'm just saying, for me, I know what kind of hotels I stay at, and I want that hotel, I just don't like to travel. And, the unpredictability of it, I wouldn't like. Like, what if it's a communal bathroom situation in a bed and breakfast? You guess it would tell you on the brochure. Now, Mama would crawl up in there and just, she would like that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you? Yeah. Get on a bus and haul it up there.
Yeah, I would.
I've gone on bus trips, and they were fun. And I recommend them if you're the type that likes, take your luggage, drop it off, get on the bus, and they'll tell you when to get off, they'll tell you when to get back on, all that.
Yeah.
But of my dream trip up through there is in my own vehicle. And my real dream trip would probably be in a Winnebago or an RV of some kind where I slept in the same bed every night and just pulled over and parked, at a campground. That would be my dream trip because I wouldn't have to worry about bed bugs, wouldn't have to worry about checking in, checking outs, wouldn't have to worry about none of that mess. So I think you could rent one. And that's been my idea of a dream trip, is to get an RV of some kind, rent it. I don't want to buy one and haul it up through there for 2 weeks because the leaves change. I want to spend a little time in Vermont and a little bit of time in Maine. I want to come right down the coast there. I want to see me some lighthouses. I've seen a bunch of lighthouses, love them. But that, I think, would be great up there in the colonies. I think it'd be great. Love it. My daughter told me that you could not wash clothes Christmas Eve or New Year's Day.
Which what?
It would bring bad luck. Is that right, Debbie? I had never heard of Christmas Eve. Happy New Year's from Vermont. That's where I started that whole conversation. You're a blessing to have your mama. Last night 15 years ago. Jenny, I count my mama as a blessing every day, and most days I name her twice. I spent part of the day working on adoption paperwork for 2 of our grandchildren. We are very excited. Andrea, that would be wonderful, and we just wish you the best of luck with that. Happy New Year. Our tradition is to eat pickled herring on New Year's Eve. I ate it, but I ate a small piece for good luck. Oh, that's neat, Mary Lou. I had never heard that. We had so many fireworks going off in our neighborhood that no one could sleep. Well, Preston, thank the good Lord it rains here. Because we had them.
We had them close.
But they stopped. Because it's raining. And it, a little windy. So that was a good thing. But you know what that probably means? We'll hear them tonight because they got them left over. Back to work tomorrow after being off for 12 days. Going to be tough. Laura, I went back to work Monday. It wasn't tough. It was just confusing. I thought it was Friday. Because I knew I was off tomorrow. It was just my mindset was...
I turned it down, but...
I'll bring it over here. The cornbread, it'll be done in just a few. And this is about done. And Mama will sit here and sing it for y'all.
Yeah, this needs...
I'll bring it over here in just a second. And we'll flip his cornbread, see if I at least got that part right. Come up here, Mama.
Come over here, Mom.
Sing a little something for me.
I can't sing nothing.
Mama, you've done showed him you can.
No.
You want water to drink? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll get you some.
I'll put water in my cup here.
Okay, I've got coffee and water already. She won't help me out. I'm trying to get the cornbread. She's butterflying around. Butterfly,
Yeah.
will you get up here and entertain?
That I can get my water. You go ahead and do what
This
you
is what we do all the time. And when we get ready to go somewhere, usually she's about 5 minutes getting out the door because she'll say, I had to check this, I had to do that, and I went there and I done this. And I
Yeah,
done
that's
that.
right.
And I'm like, well, Mama, you know we was leaving 10 minutes ago.
We're going to leave in 10 minutes.
Mama always thinks like it's a fire drill. Like she was doing something and she heard an alarm, she had to run out the door. And I said, Mama, it wasn't a fire drill. It wasn't a fire drill. We go to church every morning. It's Sunday for school, same time. So y'all can use that if you want to. So I said, it wasn't a fire drill. You had some planning. There you go, Mama. There's your tight shot.
Oh, I don't want
And you can sing. And my cornbread just kicked off.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
He's getting sassy on this New Year's. Sassy. Here's another pot.
Mom.
It may not be thick enough.
We could talk sassy, but we'd have to name your name again.
Oh, well, listen at it. He said I'm the sassy one. Now, I didn't say nothing sassy.
All right, folks. I just had this in there 17 minutes, and it looks like I had in there 22 minutes. All right, let's flip it. It's a little darker than I normally do, but let's flip it. This is a big deal right here. Me flipping this in front of y'all.
Yeah, it is.
See what I mean? It should have flipped.
You didn't get your skillet hot enough?
I got it real hot. I done all the things, Mama. I done all the things I was taught to do. I blame the skillet. But I can tell you right now.
It's stuck in the middle.
No, it was just a little on that side. And you can tell when it starts and it's going to be a good flip. So we're ready to flip now again.
Oh.
Not my most perfect. It got a little dark. But it's still a good flip. And look, that cornbread skillet's still good. This is when you hear people say, I don't wash my iron skillets. I don't wash this. It's just ready for another pound of cornbread. It's hot. Trust me, if I washed this, I would just be adding germs to it because there ain't a germ one on it now because it's scalding hot. It's burning my hand. I'm going to put it back in the oven, let it keep staying hot till it cools down naturally. When I get ready to use it again, it'll be right in that oven, ready to be oiled and used again. Now, if you have a big stick situation where it sticks too much, you might have to. This would be prettier if I had put tomatoes in it, but I really didn't want tomatoes in it tonight because I may make soup tomorrow. We could have used plates, probably, Mama, but
That's good.
I like a good bowl. So this is our cabbage, black bean, and pork.
Black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas, what did I say?
Black beans.
Black beans? Well, I do cook with black beans sometimes. There's Mama to look at.
Oh, yeah. Here comes John for you to look at.
I'm gonna still let him look at you.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna still let him look at you.
No.
I'm getting a little bit of hot sauce because I like that. Let's say our prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you. Thank you for this new year you've granted us, dear Lord. And we just thank you for your blessings and your mercy and your grace. We pray a hedge protection on each and every one, dear Lord, and be with all the prayer requests are out there, and be with our world, dear Lord, and be with our nation. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's cut this cornbread. Now, Mama, I'm going to have to say, I have made thicker.
No, it's not too thick.
This, you like it a little thinner, or is this about what you like?
That's pretty good.
Pretty good thickness. I thought you might be wanting something real thin. Would you be?
I like it thin, but that's good there.
Cornbread. I've got the perfect piece here. It's just going to give me a taste,
Oh,
but yet it won't be like too much over the top carbs. Let's raise y'all up just a second. And I guess we're going to say Happy New Year and good night.
yeah.
Little hot sauce. Would you like hot sauce? I didn't in the oven. I'm going to give this a taste and then we're going to go. Little bit of goodness. Look at that.
It tastes good.
Mmm. Happy New Year to us, Mama. That's real good. Getting a little bit of this cornbread. Y'all fix cornbread on New Year's? We normally do. That's the perfect bite.
If you have cabbage and stuff, you need cornbread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm.
This might have to become our new tradition. This one pot wonder stuff. I'm telling you, I've kind of got spoilt to it. You know, a main course and a bunch of sides is good, but it's hard to miss throwing it all in one dish and having a whole meal in it, Mama.
Cleanup is so much easier.
Cook up is too.
Mm-hmm.
And then black-eyed peas,
They're good in there.
that's a good addition. I'll probably do that all through the year. Mama.
I know you'd have been there better than I can plain.
Well, they're good.
Yeah.
And they're good for you. And they're a tradition. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Say goodbye, Mama.
Wait, I got my mouth full.
It's not hard. It's hard to not get your mouth full anymore. You're eating so good.
I know it. Good night. Goodbye, Mama. I'm going to get Joe. Good night, Mama, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
She did good on that third time, didn't she? Happy New Year, everybody. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow.
Happy New Year.
Bye, y'all.